Shit.
That was epic.
Sorry, our
What-
pictures
what
were in
was
the
shit
wrong
about?
place. Nothing. Our pictures were in the wrong place. It's great. They were like that.
Oh.
And they're meant to be like that.
Hi, everybody. Do
Hi.
salamanders mate for... That's a great question. I'm going to look that up.
Do they mate for life? I'm going to say no. I think this is one of those where the woman eats the male.
Poor life.
Or one of the babies and the male. That's my guess.
Okay. Here we go. No, salamanders do not mate for life, according to my AI mode search. Well, a few species may exhibit social monogamy for breeding season. Does not equate to a lifelong, exclusive genetic pairing. The mating behaviors of most salamanders and newts are promiscuous and varied.
They do it for show. They
do it all for them.
They trick a partner into commitment so that they can get babies, and then they fuck off.
Yeah, that's how
That's
evolutionary dominance.
Yes, this is the perfect time to leave. From here on out, there be plant stories and then Star Trek.
Do salamanders give a shit about their kids?
I mean, these two clearly don't.
Oh, this one made it think a lot.
Oh, still wearing.
It's complicated. Again, says AI mode for Google's new AI mode that I'm trying out today. Some salamanders species do show significant parental care, while many species lay their eggs and abandon them. Others guard their eggs to protect them from predators, keeping them moist and prevent fungal infections. The level and type of parental care varies significantly among the species. Let's see.
Keeping them moist? What, do they just sit there and lick them?
Yeah, of course.
Or
like roll them along the beach into the water. Just like a little barrel.
Come on.
This way.
Little bit wet, and then you come back. What a mess. Salamanders are wild.
Okay.
An apple.
Japanese giant salamanders have males known as the den master.
Let's go.
And that person, well, I mean, it could be a person in the future.
In this case.
Will guard the egg for months, and they fan the eggs with their tails to increase oxygen flow and even eat unfertilized or infected eggs to prevent disease from spreading.
Okay, question. Wait. How do they know that's working?
What do you mean, how do they know?
When they how do they know to fan the eggs?
They remember when they were in the egg, and they're like, it was fucking hot in there.
There's no way.
Somebody get me a goddamn fan. By the way, this is an R-rated show.
That's what I would love to know. Like that evolutionary stuff, obviously the ones that do that are the ones that survive. So there may not be a literal thought process of, I'm going to keep it cool in salamander language by flapping my tail. It might just be the ones that are more successful have that genetic memory. I love this stuff. It's fascinating. I wish we had an actual scientist with us.
We do. It's called the internet. I'm being a butt. I'm sorry, scientists. I would never replace your knowledge.
If they're a person that really likes brewing potatoes, or wherever gin comes from, there'll be the Den Gin Master. Den Gin Master.
That's good. That was good.
Your face said it wasn't.
No, it's fine. It just took a minute. Like you had to like set that one up, and that's okay.
I know. No, all right. Okay, I knew I was going to get shit for this. I don't brewing potato. I know vodka or poutine comes from potatoes. No, you don't brew them. You ferment them in a barrel.
Come on, tieflingers, get him.
Yeah.
Get him.
I'm amazed there isn't an alcoholic tea. And I'm actually sure there is.
Here's something interesting.
Brewing potatoes is just how you cook them.
I'm still on the salamander thing. Thank you guys for the bunny trail, or the salamander trail in this case. So, I just kind of like went down to the very bitty bottom just to see kind of what was going on here.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
What, of the comments?
No, of like all the information about every kind of salamander species that AI has just given me. Okay. It's a lot.
Yeah.
We have one that will retain the egg inside of the body until they hatch.
Makes sense. That seems like the worst of both worlds.
Right? I was thinking the same thing. Then there's one that will steal. Where was that one?
Is that like the cuckoo salamander?
It did something crazy. It stole other salamanders' DNA because it doesn't reproduce with its own. Oh,
it's like Tuvix. It's the symbiosis.
That's it.
Symbiogenesis.
That's why I was really interested in it. Something in my mind said this is very Star Trek.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a lot. I have a lot. I need to actually close this down. I'm closing this. It's distracting. I'm learning about salamanders. I don't need to be doing that.
You got your red potatoes. You got your gold potatoes. You got your brewing potatoes.
Oh my gosh.
Boil them, mash them, brew them.
So this week I experimented once again with doing a thread on Discord for my notes.
We're not done giving Ian shit for brewing potatoes.
Of course, you're never going to live down. In fact, we're going to have like the Tieflingers group on Patreon for like brewing tea.
The potato brewers.
We're going to have a potato brewers.
That's it now.
Well.
We've done it.
Yeah. That'll be the next level.
Shit.
Or should the Tieflingers go up to like $5 a month and the potatoes stay?
Yeah, no, it's the demotion. Yeah, potatoes are definitely a demotion.
Oh, shit. Actually, you probably just made us do $1 level. That's probably what you just...
the $1 level. And there's no perks at all. You're a potato.
No, you're a potato brewer. Now you get an official potato brewer patch.
The loyal potato brewers.
Yes. And the potato has been cut in such a way that its mouth is like a salamander slit. And we just send you like a little strange shaped gummy on the side, and it's like a tongue. Hey, it's too...
Anyway, you made a choice with the Discord.
Yeah, I decided to once again experiment with my notes in a thread. And I think I did a better job this time of giving like a little bit of a heads up, but I still didn't do enough. I did just enough that maybe 1 or 2 people actually were able to hit play when we were watching, and so they watched along with us, which was really fun. I think that would be a good idea to do more intentionally next time. So I will do a better job next time of being like, hey, we're going to start in like 5 minutes, like give you more of a heads up.
Yeah.
Of course, today we thought we were going to start on time, and then just shit went sideways.
It did. We could get a picture of Ian holding potato. That's the gift that you get at the potato level.
Oh, a signed one too. Just you holding.
A signed potato.
Yes.
I'll sign your name on a potato. Sign your name across my spud.
We're going to end up accidentally breaking laws by like mailing potatoes.
I want you to be my spuddy.
Oh boy.
The reason we were delayed was because I sat down. I literally had Tom on screen with Warp 5 as a subtitle. And then I just hear it. And it's literally Tuvix at my Tuvix. God damn it.
You just called Twix Tuvix.
Shit. It's a great name for a dog that you don't like.
Oh my God. And you don't like him right now because he yacked all over your foot.
Because he vomited at my feet. He just went, and it just there's one single note and an entire circle of vomit. Just
I'm surprised you're talking about it.
I'm not. It's whole. It was just there.
He birthed something from his mouth.
So I went into the bedroom and I said, Danae, please go deal with Twix. And I'll be in here.
Yeah. You don't do well. You don't do well with that kind of stuff.
I'm doing better with poop because I had to wipe the dog's
This is what people
ass.
want to know.
Yeah,
this is the kind of real life shit you guys came here for.
My real growth is that I'm getting better at dealing with turds, but I cannot deal with vomit.
Did the dog get into your brewing potatoes?
It did look like a mashed potato.
You know, it's been a weird day. That was like, I don't even want to say the icing on the cake, but there's just been a lot happening. And so it was we were doomed from the start. That was just that we were doomed. Yeah. I shared a dog with a partner at the time, Alfie. That was our shared dog, but he was not mine. He left when the relationship left. Alfie went, still on good terms with Alfie. He's a lovely pupper. Speaking of lovely puppers, here's the potato now. Here's Tuvix.
He really is a potato.
It's kind of sad that you only ever get to see the back part of him.
Spin around.
You really got to figure out how to light everything differently. I go so ghosty.
Yeah. Oh, his arm right now, outstretched.
It's ridiculous.
It's wild. But yes, it has been a day, an adventurous day.
Can I tell you a couple things real quick that happened today that I think you guys will find interesting? And then we'll jump into the show.
Yes.
And especially while I've got something in my eye. I think they think they might have to go to the bathroom.
I can do that while you start doing your stories.
Yeah.
But now
we are recording, right?
Yeah, we're recording.
Yeah,
I won't know what of these stories are true, so you can embellish them as much as you like.
That's not usually what I do.
Catch it in the edit.
What do you? Oh, you're gonna edit it? You're such a dick.
I'm gonna listen to it, though.
You take this dog. This dog go.
I can do it. Is he gonna pee on me if I pick him up?
He might pee on you. Yeah, he might. He or me.
I didn't know that she was still attached.
Ow,
that sounds like it really hurt. Are you okay?
Link. Ow! What the fuck is happening?
I think your earring is still in.
Clip it. Whew. I'm so sorry for screaming in your ear. Bro Shem. That's so funny. So today we went to a festival, we have like the arts festival stuff going on right now. And I always go on the day when there's a parade. And this is like a farming town. So the parade includes 15 like farm equipment. There's a section that's just old tractors that have been around since God knows how long. And they're just like steam powering along. I don't think that's actually steam power, but there's like the very end of the parade is horses, and people that are just local can enter the parade. So I've always gone on that day, always, but they start on a Friday. The parade's on Saturday, but I've never gone on a Friday. And guess what today was? Starts off with a dog parade. No, I'm sorry, a pet parade. And this is important because one little boy brought from home a little water container that had like the weird shrimp that you can get that you can technically grow. Anyway, it was adorable. So now we know why Ian's dog part. Mm-hmm. It's just, he's an absolute mess. So we had, we got to see this pet parade, and it's just like these little kids bringing along their pets, and they would get to stop at the microphone and they get to say their name and then the name of their pet. And then if their pet did any tricks, and they could show tricks. So lots of dogs. And then just afterwards was the terrapin race, where all of these children have pet turtles. And I know it's because they're all country folk and there's turtles everywhere. And they're like, yep, this one's mine. And they're, kind of bringing it along. There were turtles that were just the size of quarters. There were big box turtles, and they started with like the littlest kids first, and they would put they put them down in this crate, and then they would lift the crate, and the turtles would take off in all directions. And once you would get to the circle, then the turtle would win. And the children were just going fucking ape shit for that.
It was ridiculous.
It was really cute.
The turtles.
Yeah, it was like a sea monkey flyboy. That was it.
The turtles were not happy. The turtles hated it.
It was so. I felt bad for the turtles, but at the same time, it was ridiculously cute to see all the children just so happy to show off their turtles. Woo! So there was probably 30 turtles there.
This is my shocking thing. How is there enough turtles to justify multiple heats of a race? I would be worried that nobody was turning up.
Nope. This is all come from such long-standing traditions. You know that they're going to be coming. I want that to be in like a little barrette. They'll put it in like a little barrette in my hair. That has like this little weird old, the little hand. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing was a bubble gum blowing competition. And then we saw a pie eating competition. There was a nail driving competition. And then there was something called the Call Your Husband. Instead of husbandry, there was Call Your Husband competition, where I thought it was going to be farmers calling like their pig call or calling the animals in. And there was going to be some kind of a competition for like a Ozarkian yodel style. But instead, we find out that it's kind of like a joke for women to call their husbands in from the field in unique ways.
That one fell pretty flat.
That one was a little awkward.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
But the rest of it was very fun. And that's what we spent our morning doing, was experiencing like Ozarkian festivals.
It did feel very 50s. It was like
it was.
Yeah, very pat, very locally.
And also like the town that we were in still has like the main street that looks a bit like something from a Western. So
it really does. It's like a saloon and shit.
So it's pretty fun. Oh, I would love to do this, Link. When, like, what time of year is it? Is it in the fall where it's kind of maybe a little cooler?
It would make sense.
I would love to do that.
Can I show my failed
October?
Oh.
Maybe we can take more vacation time.
Do it.
And get out there. Ugh.
Can I show my really sad failed print?
Yes, of course. This is just the part of the show where everybody has to wait for us to talk about what they're here for.
So this is a skull that we were making. Very overexposed.
You can't. There.
It fell down. So now it kind of looks like one of the ghouls from Fallout. But yeah, it fell down and then everything spooled. But this would be, and I think I scaled it up too big. It was like right at the build height maximum. I put that right in my face. That's perfect. Look at that.
It's so like I need to change the lighting in here because it is so bright down here. It's making me crazy. Let's change lights. Let's change lights live.
Mm-hmm. Change them lights.
I will. Are you going to be talking about that for a hot minute?
Nope.
Okay.
But what I can talk about for a sec is still looks really bright.
Golden Lotus Pond. Oh, I can turn that one off. How about this? I'll turn that one off for now, and you can maybe that'll help.
I think my screen is blasting out.
Gosh.
Yeah, crazy. Anyway,
what's Meow Wolf?
If anybody wants a failed skull, then you can have it.
What? I want that failed skull.
Oh, you can have it then.
Hello?
Yeah, I was talking to you as well.
Hi, person that already said that, sir.
What were you going to use it for?
Well, I already told you.
Like just in the yard, buried?
Yeah, I was going to bury it. I have fucked these lights.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. What is happening? I'm so sorry. You already have a failed skull.
I already have a failed skull. That's
all
amazing.
Right. Sorry if these lights are going to be too weird for you guys. We're going to go with this. And let's get started. You ready?
Let's do it. Let's get into the show.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for the live taping. That's right. Taping. We're going old school because I'm an old woman. The Captain's podcast, a podcast about Star Trek. We like to watch our shows and then watch our episode and then directly talk about it. And there's lots of ways that you can watch the show, listen to the show, or engage with us. And all that happens usually on Discord and Patreon these days. But thank you guys for coming. We are an R-rated show, so we will be cursing. We will be sharing our genuine opinion about things while also trying to please our fans. I'm kidding. We never do that.
No. Really good at not pleasing the fans.
We do have a section of the show at the end, again, where we'll come back and chat with you guys and be all casual and hang out and stuff. But while the show is live, like we're recording, we try not to interrupt and talk about what's happening in the chat because, well, we get in trouble. I get in trouble.
You get in trouble for derailing my edit.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry about that.
It's been a rough month for edits, actually. We've had some weird things happen. It's been really rough.
Yeah, if you want to know how Ian can turn around the edit so quickly, it's by me not talking to the chat.
It's getting harder. Getting harder every week.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if we got to the point where we could? That'd be so fucking cool.
I don't know. I don't think I'd ever hire one because I'm too possessive. I'm just like, no, I want to do the things. I don't trust anybody.
We do see your comments. We do sometimes steal them because they're so good. I like to shout out who said it. Some people might edit that out.
What? In the outtakes, I leave it in.
Oh, we have this in production right now.
Sure do.
Yep.
In production.
You're going to be a producer for a class credit?
Let's go.
Oh my God.
Oh, right. Sorry. You're volunteering.
Uh-huh.
Do it.
You know what would be kind of cool though, is if we did do like one episode where we like let the fans edit and see what happens.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of crazy. It is. It's in production.
I feel like the pressure to be creative would be too much.
I have an interesting behind the scenes thing to say about our season 3 recap, which is that we recorded it and then we had an emergency and then we had to stop recording it and then come back and record the rest of it. And I'm curious if you guys will be able to hear the edit point.
Well, there's an edit point, and then once we finished that, the last 10 minutes didn't record. So we had to
re-record. Yes.
We had to re-record the last 10 to 15 minutes.
It was cursed.
It was a nightmare. So it took it was spread across two or three different recording sessions.
You'll never know pain until all of a sudden you go to do your edit and it didn't record properly.
And it's not there. But yes, the season 3 of Strange New Worlds recap is coming soon to Patreon.
How much of what happens on the Derper Prize is Ian fixing what Danae broke? It's a great question. We'll answer that at the end of the show.
Yes. My answer is yes.
That'd be so funny. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Insane.
So I can't talk to you. I love you. I can't talk to you. We're going to proceed with the recording of the show. And then at the end of the show, we will come back. I do try to put up your comments during the show when we're talking about things, but we move quickly and there's about a 10 to 15 second delay. So sometimes we've moved on right as you have your brilliant idea. So I do try to put them back up on screen if they come up later. And I think that's about it.
Let's do it. Oh my God, this episode. Welcome to 10 Forward, the part of the show where we grab something from the replicator and share our immediate thoughts and feelings on the episode we just watched. Most important question first, Ambassador. What would you like from the replicator?
I definitely don't want Tom Paris coffee.
No.
Because there actually, I don't even know if it was coffee. Was it coffee?
It was coffee. Yeah. Neelix named it after Tom. Yeah.
Okay. It looked like it was coming out of like a 1980s coffee pot.
I love it. I love how the aesthetic of TNG and Voyager would like try to be futuristic, but it looks very 90s still.
So yeah,
and I kind of still want all of it.
Yeah, I kind of wanted. Ooh, okay. They're saying you went warp 10.
That's amazing.
All hands to battle stations. See, we need a producer. We've got Danae back. She's back. Oh, we can hear me. You can hear me. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's great. I was literally about to try to open up a program so I could type and you guys could see whatever.
You should be able
on.
to hear me as well. I think it's just my camera that fucks.
Yeah, can you hear Ian?
One absolute pisser.
Yeah, you're back too.
All right, I'm here.
Warp 13. Well, what I loved about that is all the comments from.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, because my screen like distorted as well. It literally had like the same effect that was in the episode. It was amazing.
Okay. You ready? Do you want to hit any buttons to denote when we're back?
No. It's fine.
Sorry, future Ian.
Yeah, Ian, just deal with it.
We said that every edit has been fucked lately, and then it fucked.
Hey, Ian, get your shit together. All right.
So I would like to try the Neelix coffee, just the basic, regular old Neelix coffee. Although Balana went for some biscuits.
I have no idea what she went for, a plate of cookies.
And I kind of want to try those too. So I'm going to say biscuits and coffee.
I'm really hoping they were like shortbreads from Scotland. There's only one answer to this, and I'm going to get away from the mic as I say it. Pepperoni! That's the only answer of what you'd like from the replicator this week.
Oh my God.
Ambassador, please give us a in-depth synopsis in detail, categorically categorizing what happened in this episode.
Okay.
Of Voyager.
Okay. Let me just like really quickly check's notes. There's so much technical terminology that I could pull from.
The first 30 seconds is all technobabble after the cold open.
Okay, let me just see. Like, I want to do this, and I want to make it. I want to make it fun, and I want it to be from my notes only.
Okay.
Okay.
Not from memory.
Right, because that would be crazy. Let me just see if I can pull this off.
At what point do I start telling you what each bit of terminology means? Never. It's at the end. Are you messaging me something?
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like figure this out.
Where did you send me a message?
Okay. I want to like. There's some. Okay. This is gonna take me a second. You wanted something so specific. I wasn't prepared. I can do random, but preparedness. I have to be prepared for the preparedness. Okay.
Brojum. Make sure the synopsis is good because I haven't watched it in years.
Oh, shit.
This is for Brojum.
Okay. Yeah, no pressure at all. There's so much technobabble and my notes are so long. Oh my God. I need to stop typing. Okay. In this episode, you've got some critical velocity. You've got some symmetry and stabilizing, and you've got multispectral subspace engine design with biscuits in the kitchen. Oh wait, that's not it. You're going to occupy everything simultaneously all at once. There's nacelles and dilithium dark matter stuff. This is way more complicated. Put the pressure on.
This is, to be clear,
then becomes
this is all pressure you've put on yourself.
Enzymatic imbalance in the cerebellum at 2%, which is different than skim milk. You asked for this.
No, I did not. No, this is. I did not ask you to.
You wanted to be highly detailed.
Your gibberish notes.
There's parsecs, 5 of them. There's a multispectral sweep and a quantum surge and something about a subspace. Then there's so much medical jargon after talking about a velocity indicator. There's engines that go offline. There's some telemetry. And Your Majesty. Nope, that's not it. This is great. My notes are really good. There's mutation. There's erecting an isolation field. There's some membranes that are cellular and they're deteriorating, and there's some DNA. And how is it?
Terrible.
How is that?
Nonsense.
They remove some gas and they isolate and deactivate.
Yeah.
There's some, I think there was a mention of an isotope at one point.
Mm-hmm. Now he gets to be mutated.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it was.
There's rearranging. There's
radioactive mutant.
There's atrophy. There's reabsorption. There's deranged behavior.
We've got some of that.
What are you talking about? This is great. My notes are fantastic. Anti-proton radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Also mentioned. This is all from my notes. Oh my God, this is good. There's some rads, but the liver cells weren't great.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to stop? I'm only halfway through.
Yes. Desperately.
Okay. I didn't even get to the salamanders.
You did not? No, that's right at the end.
Okay.
This looks really great as a
clip.
As a clip.
I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah.
In other words, in this episode, we want to go to warp 10 and we throw a big old whiny bitchy fit about it. And Paris is like, no, I want to go, even though his brain's like, probably not. Shouldn't do that. But he wants to be something, and he wants to mean something. Mm-hmm. Yep. He wants to prove to his daddy and his whatever complex he has going on that he is worth more than he thinks he's worth. And so by golly, he goes and he warps it. He comes back and his body decides to transform because now that it has been everywhere all at the same time, it knows that it Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should hear you. Oh, I don't even know if they can hear you again.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm back, says Slab. The question is it recording? I think you should probably
We're still
check.
recording because it's all on the board.
But is it fucked? That's my question.
I'm still getting levels on the board. I know what it is.
Well, anyway, that is what happened in today's episode. And when the captain comes back, he's going to tell me what actually happened in this episode. Ooh, I did put my notes into biotemporal field. Amphibioid cranial ridges. I'm just going to keep saying things that are in my notes or close to my notes. He's coming back. Him's not happy. Bildo, for sure. The fuck up is real. Oh, look at Tom Paris. Yeah, this is definitely the fault of this episode.
Jesus Christ. The what the fuck season of Star Trek is just taking it personally and fucking me hard.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so here's what's strange. It's almost like the camera is fritzing out and then it's clicking off the audio. And then when the camera shuts off, the audio comes back.
Yeah, when the camera goes off, it seems to cut out the audio that's been selected as well, which is why I'm not worried about my board recording everything. It's StreamYard going, oh, the camera's gone, therefore his audio must be fucked as well.
Oh, I see. So we're blaming StreamYard.
Linking the same things together. Yes.
Don't do that. They're listening. They're one of the hugest fans of our show.
Yeah, they
Did you know
shouldn't
that?
be. They shouldn't be. You're listening, StreamYard. Sort my camera out.
So, well, maybe you should stop going to Warp 10, sir.
Right.
And that's what happened. That's what happened.
That is basically what happened. Ambassador, I hesitate whether to ask you your overall thoughts and feelings. Would you like me to or not?
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you because you were in the room with me the whole time, so you had you were right there. So how do you think I feel about this episode?
You didn't even chuckle at the two hilarious lines from the Doctor. So I don't think you had a good time with this episode. I don't think you liked it. I don't think even the salamanders at the end will save it for you. I think all of it is definitely in the what the fuck bucket.
Yes,
and I think
firmly.
you're just like, what the fuck did I just watch and why did I watch it? Is my instinct.
You're close.
Because you didn't say a single word throughout the entire episode.
No, you're close. Definitely. You're definitely close. I overall thoughts and feelings on this one was I might not be a Voyager fan.
This might do it. This might be it. I
actually have a new character that I genuinely don't enjoy.
Is it Tom?
Yep. And this episode is about him, so he was very dominant in this episode.
Also wasn't about him.
It was, though. This was a Tom Paris episode.
I mean, it is, but he's not. It's so confusing for me because he's not Tom for most of it.
He is. He's 100% Tom. And
he's
actually
1,000% Tom.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the most Tom he will ever be. Before we get into details, I do not like this episode.
Interesting.
And the reason we watched it this week is because it's a piece of Star Trek history in its notoriety and infamousness. So that's what makes it interesting to me. The episode itself, once you've seen it once, it's not super rewatchable for me because all of the shock is in what's happening to Tom? Why is he changing? And then you just get the massive head scratcher at the end of salamanders and babies. So there's so much about the ending of that's just wild. And the new technology, the new science, the new Trek lore that this episode brings up. This has some of the deepest warp core lore in all of Star Trek. And it's insane. So it's one of those episodes you have to cover. And what the fuck is the best time to cover it, to be completely honest?
Yeah, I think we have a lot to discuss, even though I personally didn't have like my favorite Star Trek watching experience.
No, there's plenty to talk about.
But there's plenty to talk about.
Yeah.
My first question is, do you think that the actors playing Janeway and Paris were the ones in the salamander suits at the end? Like, did they actually let them get in the suits and warble around on the fake planet at the end? Because if they did, I immediately like this more.
I think we have to talk to each other about scale. Did you get the impression the salamanders were 6 foot long?
Yeah.
Did you seriously?
Yeah, they were huge.
No, I thought maybe like 3 foot. I didn't think they were human-sized salamanders.
I thought they were human-sized salamanders.
Oh, that's fair. Of all of the questions you would have about this episode, I didn't think this would be the one we would disagree on. That's wild. No. I think they're 3 foot.
I think they were huge.
The salamanders turn up again in lower decks, and because they're at the farm. There's 2 warp 10 salamanders at the farm, and they're on kind of biobeds, but they're not taking up the whole thing. So yeah, I mean, 4 foot maximum, I would say. I don't think they're Tom and Janeway sized.
That's so stupid.
If they were, why the fuck wouldn't you dress up Kate Mulgrew and Robert Duncan McNeil as salamanders and drop on the deck and flop like a fish?
Oh my God. Where do we start? Where do you want to start with this one? Because I have questions and I have things.
I kind of just want to dive into your questions because the bottom line is they're trying to get home. They want to break the warp 10 barrier. That seems to be the newest theory on how to do that. They break the warp 10 barrier. Shit goes wrong with genomes. They have to undo what they did. Like that's the summary. There's a vague story of self-discovery with Tom that's paper thin. But I think just hit me with your questions, then we'll knock off anything we missed at the end.
My first question is, what the fuck is Tom? Why is Tom? So Tom says something about being a traitor.
Yeah.
So and then he obviously has a I have to prove myself complex majorly.
Yes.
And that's, I think, one of the big purposes of this episode in particular is trying to give this character motivation that pushes him beyond having to prove himself, like giving him an emotional on-screen moment of getting into some of his backstory. I mean, God, we learn important things like when he lost his virginity. So
Lieutenant Overshare
in his room, by the way, the door. He could lock the door and be away from all of the negativity that he experienced and these expectations from his Starfleet Academy father.
Yeah.
Or his Starfleet father, whoever. Anyway, we learn a lot about Tom, but he says something about being a traitor at one point in time.
Yeah.
So what's that? And she said something about redeeming himself too. So I'm missing some context.
So we're in season 2. This is still early days for everybody. But Tom has had quite a bit of development out of the cast. So episode 1 of Voyager, right at the beginning, Janeway is assembling her crew. And there's just one pilot that she absolutely has to have above anybody else. And he just so happens to be in prison. He's currently serving out a sentence in prison. I don't remember exactly what he did wrong to get in prison. I think it was working with the Maquis. But at some point, he did work with the Maquis, which are the freedom-fighting quasi-terrorist group that's fighting against the Cardassians.
Oh.
So Tom didn't do very well in Starfleet or at the Academy and decided to join the Maquis to find a cause, to find something.
And the Maquis are fighting who?
The Cardassians.
The Cardassians.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the same guy that we kind of like in Deep Space Nine, the one that like has all the deep connection.
Garrick. Yeah, Garrick.
He's a Cardassian, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm seeing kind of like the face makeup and the prosthetics and
exactly. Okay. That's the crossover into intertwining.
So they're fighting the Cardassians, and then who was the other alien on screen though? That the
Which
spy sent some information to.
Okay,
what species is that?
He's a Kazon.
Kazon.
He is. Okay. They are native to the Delta Quadrant, and that's another thing entirely that we'll get to. But yeah, Tom has problematic history. His dad is an admiral in Starfleet. So obviously the expectations are super high. The daddy issues are super high. He wants to please his father, but has failed and has been like a Starfleet dropout. But he's an excellent pilot. He's really good. And Janeway wants to give him a chance. So there's also this kind of like undertone on the ship where the Maquis don't accept Tom because I think if I remember rightly, he goes turncoat and he trades information with Starfleet to reduce his sentence. So he gets caught, gives information about the Maquis to reduce his sentence.
Oh, so that's why he's a traitor?
So that's why he's a traitor to the Maquis.
Okay, so he's not a traitor to Starfleet.
He is a traitor to Starfleet.
Because he went to
left
Maquis.
and joined the Maquis in the first place.
Right, but if he was so shit that they didn't want him, why? Oh, okay.
He's shit everywhere.
Okay.
So he's betrayed the Maquis and isn't welcome with the Maquis members of the crew. He has fucked up Starfleet, so isn't welcome with the Starfleet members of the crew. So he's kind of this renegade, just ne'er-do-well ladies' man of the ship. Captain Jack, but with less rum.
Okay.
Terrible analogy. But that's a potted history of Tom. And obviously being stranded in the Delta Quadrant, being stuck on the crew, he's kind of forced to redeem himself and find a crew and find his place. So yeah, the most important bit of this episode is Tom realizing maybe I need to work on my self-talk before I work on trying to prove to everybody that I'm worthy. I need to prove that to myself.
Yeah,
first.
and that was kind of, I think, the point of this particular episode was to sort of give him a pivotal sort of in-depth moment where he gets to do something that can't be denied by Starfleet as epic. In fact, maybe historically by any group of people that are, traveling on the stars, they're always going to know this particular name because he was the pilot. So yeah, I can see how this would be kind of an interesting moment. He has this high and then he realizes I have some shit to work on for myself, which is really cool. If he wasn't so annoying, I think I would have liked it a lot. And again, I feel very similar to the one, the episode that I watched where I didn't end up liking a beloved character. So again, I'm sorry if Tom is a loved character.
I don't know how beloved he is, but again,
yeah, this is a hard one to kick off with.
Throughout again, season 1 and 2 of Voyager is rough. There's lots of people, lots of characters finding their place, finding their relationships. Tom massively improves as the season goes on. He's much more likable later on, but at the beginning, he's meant to be a bit of a cad, a bit of a womanizer, and he evolves as a character as the season goes on. But the other problem with this episode is that he's not himself for most of it. So
yeah,
he's a bit
no,
wild.
I see
So
what you mean, because he's kind of a little rude, like as far as like he's aggressive and falling apart. Does the crew treat him differently after this? Is this just like a swept under the rug moment? Like no one ever talks about the salamander children ever again?
No mentions about the salamanders, the salamander children, breaking the warp 10 barrier. Nobody attempts.
No one?
No one attempts to go home like this again, even though they have a cure. So all you have to do, break the warp 10 barrier, go home.
Yeah, pop a pill.
Radiation everybody.
Right.
They've got their way home. And it's, never mentioned again. This is a huge 1 episode memory. We will forget this ever happened.
I mean, it wasn't like it was very strange because it was radiation therapy, but highly experimental. Like they locked him into a tube.
They plugged him into the warp core.
And plugged him into does the doctor lose his medical license for that?
You think he has a medical license.
Like, we're just going to hook you up to this warp core and that was okay. Yeah. All of it seems a little wishy-washy, I guess.
To be fair, B'Elanna hooked him up to the warp core. The doctor just suggested it. B'Elanna provided the
never mentioned
the
again. Wow.
Never mentioned again. It's absolutely wild. And it's sometimes like overall, there is growth because I see growth in Tom. I see it in Harry. I see it in 7 of 9 when she joins. There is overall growth, but none of it it's very rarely specifically referred back to. The only time I can remember them properly referring to previous episodes is in reference to Harry's dating life. So as the series goes on, Harry will fall in love with a hologram.
I think I would too.
Oh, I would 100%. It'd be one that I designed.
Right?
Yeah,
would you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to be surprised?
No.
I would want to be surprised.
I have some very specific thoughts.
Oh!
He fell in love with a hologram.
No, let's go back to that.
No, in the outtakes. He fell in love with a hologram. He fell in love with the wrong twin. One of the twins liked him, the other didn't. He fell in love with the wrong alien. He fell in love with a Borg. So, and the thing is,
he loves deeply.
Tom will occasionally give us this recap, and then he'll add one to it. So he'll add the most recent thing. It's like, you were always doing this, Harry. First it was the hologram, then the twin. That's all the character development memory that we have.
But do they ever say? First you had this one, and you had the salamander, and you it's never.
Harry never replies with, "Yeah, but you fucked the salamander, so your kids are still out there on a planet somewhere, sir." He never says that. Never ever says that. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think I understand because we understand the format of Star Trek isn't to do seasonal kind of things. They do But what away? Okay, that was my first question. My second question was, let me go back. Because it was crap, I forgot what it was.
Is it about the Warp 10 stuff? Because I'm gonna talk to you about it, even if you don't ask.
Yeah. I have it. I remembered it.
Do it. No, do
you're
that
not going to
first.
forget?
I will not.
Okay.
Will I forget the Warp 10 barrier ambassador?
Okay.
Get off my bridge.
So, is this the most technobabble episode of Star Trek of all time?
No.
Are you confident in that?
No, next week might have more technobabble in it.
Shit.
But no. There is no. This doesn't even come close. This is par for the course. When you get into late TNG, all of Deep Space Nine, all of Voyager, no, not even close. There's so much more. This, they get through it pretty quickly. Like there's some at the beginning where they're describing what's wrong with the shuttle and why it isn't working. There's some in the middle where they're talking about what's happening to Tom's genes, and there's stuff at the end with the cure. This is like minimal tech. You want technobabble? Talk about when like Geordi is trying to sour the milk with the alien that's suckling the Enterprise and trying to get them out of booby traps. Like there's so much more.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There was a lot. And this is okay, so is the format of Voyager for me one of the things that took this down a little bit was that one scene would say what they were going to do, and then the next scene would talk about doing that thing, and then the next scene would talk, like it would just.
You summed up a lot of Star Trek there.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever felt it quite like this before.
Yeah, I've noticed it more this and last week, where there's this very disconnected between each scene, where
Yeah.
it's present problem, have briefing to describe problem,
Yes.
solve problem, enact problem solving,
Yes.
problem happens again, describe new problem, rinse and repeat until you get to the end of the
what
episode.
It felt like.
Yes,
it was.
very
And
much.
is that Voyager, or is that maybe just like the problem of an episode like this, where it is trying to excuse its behavior?
There's elements
that makes sense.
There's elements of that throughout all of Star Trek, depending on the episode. But when you have a mystery box episode, it's very Star Trek always kind of falls back into that of the problem solving, execution. Why didn't that work? Until we get to the final solution at the end of the episode. So once you spot that, it happens in a lot of TNG as well.
Oh, okay. So I have to tell you something that I did.
Oh, okay.
I decided to ask the internet about like the most known technobabble episodes of Star Trek ever.
Do it.
Because
see if I
having
agree.
been doing this for the last few years, I do pay attention when technobabble is present, and this one was dominant.
It's so, yeah.
Like it dominated. So usually when I'm writing my notes, right, there's like there's about I don't know, a minute or two of like deep nerdy babble going on, and I love it. This for me was so dominant, I had to stop typing because I was like, I don't think like this isn't going to matter for my notes. And so it was like what it felt like is we're making new technology here. We have a new ship. We're in a new area. We're using new things to power a new core, and we have to travel at a new warp speed. And so we need to talk about in canon all of the reasons that this makes sense. And then on top of this episode is all of the medical drama as well. So then they have to go, wow, we're going to have to do all of this stuff to prevent Tom from dying by showing him evolving so fast, like, and doing all these really interesting medical things, because it's got to be a huge medical thing to fix this huge problem of this person existing everywhere at once and returning as if normal, you know? So it really relied heavily on over explaining itself. So I did ask the internet to give me some information.
Okay.
And then I went through, there's a couple of different like places that I was kind of pulling from, but Threshold was number one.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Lists. Yes.
So what was the question specifically?
Well, my question was like,
does
what are
have the most
technobabble? No, it was like, what are the most technobabble episodes of Star Trek in history?
I wonder what parameter it's using, because volume, I don't get it, but depth, I do get it, because this invents some Star Trek lore.
Right.
Like, this doesn't just make it work in canon. This invents new canon for warp travel.
It's doing a lot.
Yeah. So it's interesting that because you would be quite prone to pick this up because you're watching a lot of Star Trek over the last 4 years, and
and I'm typing as I go.
And you're typing a lot of it as you go. So I'm willing to believe you. It's just my gut instinct is that we get more technobabble elsewhere. But I think the thing is that early briefing where they're in the mess hall and they're talking about the shuttle experiment, they list off so much stuff unapologetically about.
Which one?
At the very beginning of the episode, where
oh.
they're initially talking about why they can't break the warp 10 barrier.
Oh.
So Kim, Tom, and B'Elanna are in the mess hall.
Yes.
So all of that technobabble, like
everything.
There's so much.
Every scene.
They're describing. No, I'm saying that I think that one has a lot because it comes at you really fast, and they're describing like the composition of the nacelles, and then you have to exposit all of this to Neelix, who comes to the table as the audience and is like, "Okay, explain this to me like I'm 5," and they attempt to explain it to him like he's 5, and even that is filled with technobabble. But that is really the part that's trying to make this warp 10 thing okay with the audience, because it's never really been, as far as I can remember up until this point, it wasn't even specified that warp 10 was impossible. Voyager's the one that really spells it out as, this is impossible. You cannot, the scale that we've created for warp travel, you cannot go beyond this. Warp 10 is the maximum. And then they give it a reason, which is you would be, in theory, at this velocity everywhere all at once at the same time. That's the first time we're ever hearing that. Like, that's brand new information. I remember that blowing my mind when I first heard this episode. I was like, oh, because as a kid, I'm like just expecting that as written, that, oh, that's science in Star Trek. That makes sense. This has been firmly established. And I'd love to know who they went to confirm that. And just like, we're going to invent a reason for why Warp 10 is impossible. Is this okay? Is this a reason that makes sense? Can we go with this and play with it? So I feel like that's a lot of what you're picking up.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it was a lot. In each scene, it was a lot. So, do you want to hear some of the other ones in these lists? I'm just going to name them
absolutely.
Off. One list mentioned Relics, TNG season 6, episode 4.
There's a fair amount. We've seen that one. That's the one where Scotty comes back to the Enterprise.
Here are the terms: molecular cohesion failure, pattern degradation, transporter buffer harmonics. Those are some of the words that I clipped.
I mean, they're usual. Just the usual stuff.
Another one is rascals. Parallels, the nth degree.
Parallels has a lot of technobabble. The nth degree has a lot of techno, and that's all. These are all TNG episodes.
Yeah.
Rascals, nth degree, and Parallels.
Tuvix was on one of them, also, and there was more. There's like Timescape, Genesis. Is that the one we watched?
Timescape we've watched, and Genesis. Yeah. Loads. They're the
Scientific
episodes that
Method.
I think of with technobabble.
The Naked Now.
Scientific Method has a lot as well.
Those are the ones that I quickly wrote down earlier.
I think 99% of that was TNG. It really was.
Yeah. Anyway, it was distracting for me, but those are my basic questions. I had said those two. I wanted to know more about Tom, and I wanted to know a little bit more about, like, was this over the top for usual Voyager standards?
I mean, it obviously is for you, but it feels I feel like there's just in this era of Star Trek, they are unapologetically technobabble. And I remember watching an interview on the TNG Blu-ray with Ronald D. Moore, and he's like, there was a point where the main writers, the head writers, stopped writing the technobabble. So they would write the scene, write the dialogue, and then when it came to Geordi enters the bridge, comes up with solution, it would be tech, send it to somebody else who would then insert the technobabble that would make sense based on the lore book.
That makes sense,
because it would stop them from just coming up with something on the top of their head.
Yeah, you have to have like
somebody has like the Star Trek dictionary and then inserts the relevant thing into the script.
100%. Like
tech.
That's how I try to think about like if I'm making notes, it's like insert be funny here or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Just something needs to go here.
This is important. Please be funny later. Yeah.
I can't think of what it is right now, but try to be funny about this later as I'm writing.
So when you technobabble aside, when they were sat around the table talking about what the plan was and with breaking the Warp 10 barrier to get home, what were your thoughts as you were watching that? Were you like, did I know this? Am I supposed to know this? Is this new law? Like, did that strike you as, are they just making shit up? Are they writing new rules?
No, not really. I don't. I find myself like some words will become more and more familiar, but I still feel like the writers in Star Trek realm do a pretty good job of trying to make it make sense.
Yeah.
There was even like what was the storage thing? It was like a giga. Oh, I wish I had written it down.
It was over a trillion gigaquads?
Quads,
gigaquads, yes. Yeah, a trillion gigaquads of data.
So they'll sort of build upon their own like vocabulary. So it wasn't too confusing, even like the dilithium crystal. I can kind of understand what they're trying to go for. So that it wasn't that I was confused or didn't believe it was possible. It was more that it dominated the conversations and each kind of they were all just talking at each other and explaining what they were doing at like the highest level. And I'm watching it going, when is the fun going to kick in? And when the fun kicked in, it was watching Tom turn into a salamander. And I was so already kind of like, I'm not checked out, but just not as interested in, I guess, what was happening on screen because I wanted him to die.
That's fair. I mean, absolutely fair. There are episodes I wouldn't have missed him this early on either. Kiss Me Kess is probably the most in-character thing that he does.
That made me, and then she fucking does it.
Oh, I know.
And you know what I wrote in my notes? It was like, don't touch that.
Yeah.
He's sweaty. You
Also-
now have that on. You have now ingested his goo DNA into your person. Like, don't lick your. Why?
He's radioactive. You've just pumped him with the maximum amount of rads that you can pump him full
I
of.
guess the answer. No, that was before the rads.
No, he dies after the rads. They're going through. She's at the terminal, increasing the rads passionately, and then he dies.
I thought the rads was at the warp core.
That's the warp core. Right?
That's
That's the
different.
isotopes.
Oh, of
That's
course.
the warp core. Come on, Danae. Come on. With this exchange, interestingly links back to I was having fun when they talk about
That's
the
great.
technobabble.
That's amazing.
So when they're talking about the nacelle being ripped off the ship, and they're like, what if the ship is being ripped away from the nacelle? I'm like, oh, you got it, guys. That's the shit. But there is an uncomfortableness in this episode for me about the warp 10-ness of it all. And
should we shift into that?
I mean, I think
ready?
I've talked about it enough.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
did get into it enough, but it is uncomfortable. It's a little bit uncomfortable for me because it's just looking back, it feels like it's being made up on the spot because
for you, it felt like it was made up on the spot.
We don't revisit this. We don't come back to this idea that warp 10 is the limit of warp drive capability. Like they instead introduce like slipstream warp, trans warp conduits, and they just go like kind of warp adjacent. We never explore this again in any way.
Let me ask you this. So when you watched this the first time, I don't know that you remember, but when you watched this the first time, did it feel like an exciting episode because it was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have this new tech in the show. And then because they haven't introduced it again or come back around to it again or explored it again, that it brings this episode down because now, all these years later, we still haven't seen that played with.
Suddenly it becomes just a toy to play with in this episode rather than an expansion of the lore. And with Star Trek, I always want, not always, but I largely want expansion of the lore that is consistent. What I do remember, and this isn't necessarily linked to the first time I watched the episode, but my earliest memory of watching this episode is I'd done a full watch of TNG, and then I did a full watch of Deep Space Nine, and then I did a full watch of Voyager. And I remember in the finale of TNG, they go to Warp 13. And in an earlier episode of TNG, they're like, we're going to Warp 11, we're going to Warp 12. So when this episode comes along and says, Warp 10 is a hard fucking no, like you are not passing Warp 10, here's what happens if you do. I disconnected from this episode so quick because so much of the previous Trek has established warp in the future.
Why do it then?
You go to Warp 13. You do it to have this episode and to be
that's frustrating
to do something fun and different. I think the internal logic is that the Warp 12, Warp 13, Warp 14 stuff was in a potential future in TNG, where in that future, let's just say the warp spectrum has been redefined. Right. So what we call Warp 14 isn't actually beyond Warp 10. It's just a redefinition of what we know warp is.
It's like the elevators that don't ever go to floor 13. So it's like warp 9 and then you just go to warp 11. There is actually, so warp 10 is something that you never do that particular one.
So
maybe they fixed the problem, but they won't call it 10 because of what happened. Because like everyone knows, and like there's a whole confidential thing, and it's just called the salamander incident.
The salamander incident. You have interestingly hit on one of my notes, which is the analogy here that I do quite like is we know that it's impossible, as far as we know, to travel at the speed of light. Like that would be impossible. And the way Star Trek gets past that is it travels faster than light and it bends space. So in Star Trek, you're never traveling, I think, at the speed of light. You're always traveling faster. So that could be exactly the same thing. Like they got past warp 10. They just don't go exactly at warp 10.
No.
Because
that's whenever you're everywhere all at once.
Yeah, there be salamanders.
And then you have to have your treatment. And it's just like
unspoken. Just have the fucking treatment.
It's just an unspoken thing.
It is wild. You have a way to get home and you don't use it. They don't even say this won't apply to a ship the size of Voyager, or we don't know how this is going to affect the children on board or the Vulcans on board. They just kiss this technology goodbye and never use it to get home. That's the biggest confusion of this episode is how it rewrites some Star Trek lore and then doesn't give a shit about anything in the future either. It's just, hey, salamanders.
If there's something that I really enjoyed about this episode, it is the creature feature of watching someone mutate.
It's my favorite part of the episode as well. The makeup job is great. It's really well
done.
Yeah, really great.
After he removes his tongue, which unfortunately does not keep him from speaking, he has this sort of the next evolutional picture or the visual of him is when he's being like plugged into the fucking warp core.
And he's full and
he's really transmutating.
Yeah.
And the creature feature kind of mouth that they've given to him is very sphincter-esque.
Yes.
And it's pretty, I'll just, I guess this is the cold open. It's a really impressive sphincter.
Sphincter? Did you have to say it like Goldmember?
Mm-hmm. Sphincter.
Sphincter? He was killed in an unfortunate warping accident.
If I can't have fun with what's being spoken about, you want to have something visual, and this one's just got so many really uncomfortable moments. Not only is he peeling, he's also gets gum disease, and he's got
his gums could be fine. It's just the tongue that fell off because salamanders don't need tongues.
It was all black and stuff.
Maybe that's just how it's supposed to look when you're a salamander.
He loses his hair. He has like the really interesting veins just on the side of his head that are sort of getting bigger and grosser. The props department had a lot, not the props, but the special effects department had a lot of fun in this episode.
And I love it. I think Voyager, for some reason, it felt like Voyager had a bigger budget for the makeup department than TNG or anyone else. And I wonder if it's because, you're going to the Delta Quadrant. I would imagine, you're going to have less money for, this specific thing. Maybe, I don't know, whatever, Starfleet sets. But we're going to increase the money on your alien props because you're going to need to see Delta Quadrant aliens. You're going to need to see aliens that are really, really alien. So they didn't half-ass Tom's transformation. They did great.
I also think that my assumption, what we've talked about TNG recently, that their budget for this stuff was so minimal because they were creating something brand new. And so we talked about, unfortunate makeup choices. They didn't have a prosthetics department for TOS. I think I said TNG. I meant TOS.
Oh yeah. TOS, totally different.
But I think at this point when Voyager is created, we know it's important for a sci-fi show to have more of that. So I can see why they would increase the budget. I think it would be an important and a really important part of any sci-fi shows that they're showing us something unique. And the prosthetics had to have developed quite a lot more at this stage as well. When you think about that, you have more synthetic materials that are being created. You've got way more movies that have experimented with really fun things that can kind of trickle down into the
trickle. I don't know. That just made me feel gross looking at Tom.
Yeah. Trickle over into TV, where at this point, television's very well established. The brand is well established. So I can completely understand why the budget would be bigger. And it needs to happen. The salamander suits were great.
Well,
and I don't even think we can call them salamanders. There's catfish salamander suits.
I love that they were catfish. They were catfishamanders. And they were just today. Catamanders. That's perfect. Yeah. Today, Iris got a little puppet dog thing at a fair. And I just imagine this salamander is on some string and it's just flopping around. I love the little animatronics they did with it. Let's talk about the salamanders. So what was your impression? It's so rare that I get to watch this with somebody who has never seen, that understands enough about Star Trek to know how weird this is,
Yeah.
but has also not seen the Salamander episode as well,
No,
which
I
is what
haven't.
this is called.
Yeah.
So
that's like there's a sex candle episode, there's the salamander
this
episode.
is the Salamander
Gotcha.
episode.
Okay.
Danae.
Mm.
In fact, this goes beyond that. This is just called Threshold, and everyone immediately knows. Immediately. Probably because they say Threshold
A
35
lot.
times.
Yeah.
But how did you feel watching this unveil and develop when they reveal the salamanders?
So I think I'm offended.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to think that if I, as a human, am going to evolve, I'm not understanding like the lizard-esque amphibial connection.
This is a great point. This is a great point to talk about.
My plebeian intellect is like, oh, no. I am not evolving into that.
That's not the path for me. That's not where I'm going. It is weird because that's generally not how evolution, as far as we understand it, works.
Well, that's either. It. But that's what the doctor says. And it was very much presented as this is what is happening, not this is my theory several times. And so because it's all kind of fast paced coming at you, there's the doctor attempting to figure it out. And then there's the aha, I know what's going on. And in that explanation, my understanding was that there is this quickening of DNA and the body is losing organs and items it does not need anymore and reabsorbing it back into itself.
Like an appendix, or I don't know.
When he came back to life and he said, here's what I thought was going to happen in this episode. Mm-hmm. Okay. I thought that he'd come back, and because he was in the future and the past, which was mentioned, that there was an element of that he had to go back out into space, kind of like that Picard episode where he had to shoot himself.
Oh, Times Squared.
Yeah, where it's like there was a fullness, there was a loop that must be closed, kind of a vibe. But that didn't even happen. But so when he starts to evolve and he kind of needs different kinds of oxygen, and then it said that he had an extra organ, I literally was like, he's pregnant.
Oh, and gives birth to a new Tom.
I thought
that would have been crazy.
That
they have to raise baby Tom to get their lieutenant back. That would be insane.
I like where you're taking it. I mean, I was thinking it was going to be a species that lives in warp 10, kind of like the species that lives in the buffer zone.
Oh, you know that exists,
and that like in that everywhere all at once space, it waits for the right kind of person or thing to come along and then parasites onto it, and then it births like itself into a timeline. That's what I thought was going to happen.
That wouldn't be the weirdest thing to happen in Star Trek. That's way more interesting than what happened.
This is why we should write our own Star Trek stories.
That's why we should do it.
But
that's amazing.
That didn't happen. And I think once I have an idea like that, and then I watch what it's actually doing, it's difficult because
whatever they do will be disappointing.
I mean, maybe I always leave it open. Like, I'm not saying that my ideas are the best by any means, but like, I was like, oh, it's not that. What is it? Oh, it's what is this? And so there's a good portion in the middle of this where it's a mystery as to what's happening to him. But at the moment when it's an evolutionary thing and we're trying to split DNA, he breaks loose and he's kind of like this aggressive thing. I thought he was a frog. I was like, okay, this feels a bit like the other episode we've watched in TNG. Where is that Genesis?
Genesis, yeah, that's Genesis.
They're kind of like
we've watched, but we haven't covered on the show. To be clear.
Okay. So when we watched that one, and I got to see, amphibian Deanna Troi in the bathtub and things like that, I was like, oh, this is interesting. There's this weird de-evolving into the base of ourselves.
Yes.
So to see this not be a de-evolution, but rather a fast track future evolution. Yeah. Or is it saying that is this show saying that their children become humans along that planet's evolutionary line?
No.
I think it is.
That's not what I picked up on it.
I don't think it's saying that. I think that's insinuating that it devolved because the past and the future all exist at the same time, and that we came from lizards is what I think it's trying to say.
I think we did come from lizards at some point. I think we did come like there's some kind of water dwelling
Right, but that's
sneaky thing.
I think that's what it's trying to say is like this is back to that. And so Tom Paris and Captain Janeway's children will be future humans on that planet.
No,
once it evolves.
No, I think it's literally saying that is the next step of evolution for humans, or one possible route is that somehow we turn into lizards, which seems less evolved than what we are.
But it's all happening at the same time, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not what the doctor says.
That is not what the doctor says.
Not what the doctor says.
This is what Danae is trying to take and make sense of it. Because I don't know.
The interesting thing is that that's not even properly how evolution works either. There are so many. In fact, majority is environmental factors. Like evolution is the thing that survived is the one that lived. Like, and then that becomes favored because that's the gene that gets passed on. The shitty genes that have like one finger because we can't use one finger to fight each other off, whatever, that's a terrible example. That doesn't survive because it dies. But the thing with four fingers and a thumb that managed to make tools, that did survive, therefore survived to make babies, to continue the line. This can't do that. It's just like saying, what's it evolving based on?
His DNA is mutating at a geometric rate due to subatomic disruptions in his biotemporal field.
Yeah.
Does that make it not evolution and something different?
No, I think this is saying that
I don't know.
It's basically, you can put a human in an evolution microwave and just accelerate them regardless of environmental factors. Like we will just naturally evolve with no other environmental factors in play or any other selective pressures in play. And that's a hard leap to get to anything because evolution doesn't choose. Evolution is a result of the shit that's happening.
Yeah.
Is my understanding of
it's evolution. Like, is he actually evolving or mutating from like stress and maybe some bad writing?
That too, yeah.
Maybe.
Biotemporal field is the thing. That's the catch-all because you've got temporal in there, which means that it's time. So it's just like time did shit to his genes.
Yeah. But it's also interesting because it wasn't insinuating that he didn't have a brain because he purposefully kidnaps Janeway to be his mate.
Yes, exactly. Don't know why he didn't kidnap Kes. I guess Janeway was the nearest person nearby. I guess that was a matter of convenience. That's all.
Oh boy. I don't know. It didn't really work for me. I was very confused by it. And by the time we got to the whole reveal of their salamanders, I was like, that's disappointing. And then more on top of that there's children involved.
Yeah.
I was like, it needed that. You know, it needed that extra bit of weird to make it super, super weird. And then the show just sort of has this odd chitty chat in med bay in the medical wing, and then we're just back to a regular old day at the job.
Yeah.
Like they don't even talk about therapy or anything.
They just have just like, well, I always wanted to have children, but I never thought they'd be with you.
That fucking blew my mind.
It's so casual.
Like they lived an entire life.
3 days.
Was it 3? I thought it was weeks.
3 days, I think.
They got busy.
Yeah, they didn't mess around. They just stated quick.
They did.
But it's also time travel. So maybe they landed on the planet 2 years ago. Because it's warp 10, so they can be anywhere at any point. It's honestly bizarre luck that they were only 3 days away from Voyager.
My notes in this episode are so crazy. Oh yeah, 3 days to get to the shuttle. Oh my God. So in 3 days, they did this situation and they had full-on babies.
But
wow.
That's always the thing that kind of breaks my brain a bit is that's always a thing. There are 3 evolved, quote unquote, human salamander babies parented by Tom and Janeway.
While they were still partially human.
While there was still human DNA in there. And fucking Chakotay in his log, just like commander's log. We just, no, not even the phasering. I mean, the phasering is like, did you have to phaser them? Were they going to resist?
I would have actually liked to see him attack.
I would have loved to. What did you think was going to happen, Chakotay? They were going to lunge at your neck? And the little sad
nibble their
slump,
ankles.
The little sad slump that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to shoot them? But beyond that, Chakotay is like acting captain's log. We've rescued Tom and Janeway. I've decided it's best to just leave the kids behind on the planet.
Oh my God.
I've decided what's best is to leave them on the planet in their new environment.
Mm-hmm.
Beam them up. What? How? How do you leave them behind?
How do you not? This is sick. But how do you not even try to see if maybe there's any human DNA in them, and then suddenly
why wouldn't you be able to undo it in them as well?
I guess there's just a chance that it's like, well, good luck surviving out there. You don't have parents to take care of you. And hey, you know what? We did learn in a little bit of research before we started recording today that salamanders don't usually stick around with their babies for long anyway, so they'll be fine.
I guess they'll just be, but I mean, even if you know they're going to be fine, like, can you just, I always love this with Voyager in particular, there should be an entire series that is Star Trek Voyager, the debrief. And this is going through log by log in Starfleet headquarters, just like, okay, so we're on stardate 49305.1, whatever. I probably got pretty close there.
Let's see. I think I wrote it down. I don't know.
493051.
I don't know if I actually did. 49373.4.
It's pretty close.
I think.
But okay, we've got this, and then they just read the log. They're like, huh. So talk me through why we don't have the salamanders.
Yeah.
Why did you leave them behind? Like, there is so much science to be learned. It feels unethical to leave them behind. It's just like, I want that debrief series. It's like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Mutations are natural. Changes consistent with human genotype, increased brain, loss of organs, and evolving. It's over a 24-hour period, but you're going fast. So it's faster evolution.
Yeah, well, mutations can be
he says the
random,
future stage of human development.
That's wild.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it didn't kind of work for me, except for that. Listen, my notes on this are like, what the fuck is this shit? And that is this season of Star Trek. So the fact that this exists for us to watch is kind of a delight. Like, way to swing for the fences and do something kooky way. Did I enjoy it? Not a lot. Was it engaging me? Barely at all. Did I find some things to like? Yeah, but that's kind of in my nature. Will I want to watch this one again? Probably not, because everything interesting that happened is something that I don't really want to think about anymore. But like, hauntingly, I've been thinking about Tuvix a lot.
Yeah.
Like, this one's probably going to like leave, because honestly, it kind of feels a little bit 90s icky in a way.
Yeah.
You've got like Tom asking to kiss Kes, and then like this, I don't know, his man-child disruptive, like, screaming about his life and everything. Because I don't understand the character, maybe that was part of it. But even not understanding the character, I just found him to be a whiny little bitch, and I wanted him to shut up. And whenever I thought that he might be killed on screen, I was like, oh, maybe he's like an extra, and this is going to be like, he's killed.
Tom is the main
and
cast.
Then something else comes along, you know, or he gives birth to himself in some weird thing. But it was not something that, like, I don't know. I think it's perfect for this season of the podcast. And when you have friends that you're like, you want to see something really crazy, this is one you're going to pull out. This is
one of them.
Yeah.
It's one that you need to have in your back pocket. It's one, the Threshold episode, the Salamander episode. It's one of those. It's interesting because it tries to do some connective moments with Tom. It really does try to build on him.
Yeah.
He has his when I was a boy moment.
Yes, he does.
Where he talks about his dad called him special. And he's trying to prove that regardless of this 2% chance of the enzyme giving me a brain aneurysm when I cross the warped end barrier, I have to do this. So there is an attempt to dig into Tom, but that loses me as well, because I then don't know if this is the Tom that I'm digging into when he starts to transform and gets really aggressive. And it's hard to do like deep character work when I don't know if I'm looking at the same character.
Yeah, I can see that.
But also, there's a couple of other issues I have with that moment. And it's, what if Kim has a when I was a boy moment as well? What if he's just been told, you're going to do the test pilot? He's like, yes,
I thought about that too.
Since I was a boy, my dad said I was special. and I wanted to. Fuck you, Tom got there first.
Do you feel
There's
like
no reason for Tom to do this mission?
Do you feel like there's well, okay, my notes in that moment where we already know that Janeway is okay with killing people, so she's going to be okay with killing him.
Yeah, it's fine.
And
It's
so
totally fine.
she sends him off, like knowing that he could be going to his death. She seems to be fine with it. So that's another like, whoa, Janeway. Because you're right. And I did wonder if Kim had gone, would the same thing have happened? Or was it that 2% off brain thing that caused all this to happen?
I wonder.
We'll never know because they don't do it again.
We never do it again, but they do it with Janeway and it also happens. So
Oh, that's true.
I was assuming that, like, this is the get out of jail free card.
Well, we know her brain's off anyway, though.
But we know her brain is already off. It probably prefers to be a salamander. But yeah, the fact that it works exactly the same with Janeway is kind of wild. But even if it was down to that 2% chance, that makes it even more wild that we don't try this technology again.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, overall, I think it's an interesting watch, but I don't really have much more. I feel like that I have that I need to like go into about this episode.
I've got a couple of things I want to get off my chest.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which is, how is the holodeck helping them at all? This really bugs me. The simulation. And it's come up in the live chat as well.
Okay.
They're going, I guess you can input all of the parameters, but since going at warp 10, since going at warp 10 is impossible, how does the holodeck know what success looks like? Like, because it's like warp 10 achieved. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, it achieves success. Like, I don't know how the holodeck could know could permutate, could hypothesize enough about this to be reliable enough for a manned test flight. Hey, guess what? Send some biological matter in the shuttle.
Right.
Let that pilot it up to warp 10, do the transwarp stuff. You don't jump straight to human testing.
I was trying to go back to my notes real quick, but let's see. Okay. The scene where they return to the captain and they're presenting the positive results, right? And Captain Janeway says there's no way to put the genie back in the bottle. And my confusion there was
until next week.
But it was proven in a simulation. It wasn't proven outside of a simulation. So to trust it that much, I guess because they're so confident in the science.
The thing is, the holodeck is only as good as the person programming it. So
that was my
it's
question.
Like junk data in, junk data out. But, so you have to be confident that you know what you're telling the holodeck.
I feel like the Kobayashi Maru.
Kobayashi Maru, nice.
Did I did it?
You did it.
Was it?
I can't wait to see where this is going. Yeah.
Was that? Did I say it right? Kobayashi Maru.
Kobayashi. Kobayashi.
Kobayashi.
This is amazing.
Fuck. That one I feel like is believable. That's a simulated test that has been run by so many people at this point and probably tweaked by scientists so many times that when you go into that like simulation,
well, that's just a matter of being outnumbered. Like, that's a matter of you can't get out of this. Like, you are outnumbered. You will die.
I'm talking about the simulation itself. Like, we can believe the output of that simulation being a testable, viable, this person went and through and did these things, and this is a method. Because if there was something that was off in the simulation, like, there's so many people doing it that they would have a lot of data. This is just some bored ass people in the Delta Quadrant. They're like, you know what? Let's just put it in a simulation.
To be fair, I don't think they're bored.
I think they're so bored.
I think they're desperate.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, we see an episode where they
became salamanders and fucked. They are so bored.
Yeah, no, that's
they have
fair.
nothing
That's
else.
fair.
She happily talked about wanting to have kids, and this will do. Like they are so bored.
You know how this episode should have ended? It should have been end program. I guess we're not going to try this.
No, it should have ended with them being like, oh, in the future, the female salamanders eat the males and she kills Tom by eating him. And
totally
that's how
fair.
this episode should have ended. But anyway, I was very confused about the simulation part too. So I'm glad that you mentioned it because it did feel like it was kind of a skip over moment where we're going out into the shuttle with people way too fast.
Yeah, it's a means to an end. Like, it's, of course you'd run this through a simulation first. I just feel like you would use the holodeck for these kinds of things. but I feel like there are lots of steps between the simulation and then manned test flight, and they're all so happy to do it. And that does link to like another issue with the episode is I know they're not going to really break warp 10 and get home. So this is just the Voyager anomaly of I'm always waiting for this to go wrong. I'm waiting for their joy and excitement kills me because I want them to get home.
Right.
And I know that we're in season 2.
It's not going to happen.
Episode 15, and it's not happening this episode. So their joy, it always feels uncomfortable once you go through it time and time and time again. And even by this point, they've had multiple things where it's like, we could get home. This is a wormhole. They have technology.
Right.
And so I remember getting tired by this point of, I know you're not getting home at this point, guys. So can we stop with the false hope?
It's interesting because the idea that like you go into every episode knowing that any attempt will fail is such a thing that you've written yourself into a corner about.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So I can see how this episode would sort of be a little bit exciting because it seems that it's all worked well. And until Tom collapses, you're kind of not sure that things actually went wrong because he's kind of doing okay.
And even then, you just assume it might be the brain aneurysm thing.
Or the coffee.
It may not be something, or literally Neelix's coffee. That leads me
on
to...
Go for
it. No, do it.
So it's not the coffee that gave him the allergy. It was the water itself.
The water in the coffee, correct.
So many questions about how he would be a salamander then because they are very moist. But anyway.
Basically, everything is water.
If he was allergic to the water, wouldn't he then be allergic to his human blood as well? Is that the idea?
Yeah, well,
is that he just sort of like, he just shuts down?
His entire body was shutting down. And I think I don't think that sticks with him. I think he evolves
through that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Loses a couple organs, gains a couple organs, whatever.
Because
yada.
Because thank goodness when he comes back to life, he can suddenly breathe oxygen again.
He can.
Or else he would have been resurrected and then died under the blanket and nobody would have known. They would have come back the next morning and be like, oh, fuck, Tom. Oh, he died again. Shit. He was back with us for about 3 minutes and then he's suffocated.
Wow.
Shit.
So what was the thing you're thinking of?
That did lead me to a couple of funny moments from the Doctor, which like there is this era of the Doctor isn't the best because he hasn't got his emotions. He doesn't have his he doesn't have a heart to him yet. So I much prefer
he's just an ass.
He's just an asshole. I prefer him in later seasons. He's Dr. House at the minute.
I don't believe that. He has to have a sense of humor because
but he does. He's not an android. So he is his bedside manner is modeled after his creator, Dr. Zimmerman. So his personality,
Dr. Zimmerman is just a super
Dr.
dry
Zimmerman
asshole.
Dr. Zimmerman is Dr. House. He really is.
Okay.
So a lot of that personality leaked into him. And at this point, purposefully, he hasn't evolved. He hasn't grown his own personality based on experience and heuristic algorithms and whatnot. But there is this deadpan humor that I miss from season 1 and season 2, where like he genuinely like, okay, what did he ingest anything in some of Neelix's coffee? And he stops dead. The man is dying in front of him and he stops dead and is like, it's a wonder he survived at all.
Yes.
I love that. And also when Tom comes back from the Warp 10 trip and he's asleep and just that bend down and wake up, Lieutenant, kills me. He commits to that so much. The bend down to the ear and the scream. There's a deadpan humor that I really miss from the Doctor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he gets a little bit goofy.
But you're right. I didn't even laugh at that.
You didn't? And I was like, oh, this one.
But that's okay.
She ain't connecting here.
That's okay.
It's totally fine. I do just want to revisit your predictions. Which you were nervous because you know what Janeway is capable of. She didn't really demonstrate too much of that this episode. She hasn't, I guess because she hasn't Tuvixed yet. What I did like was you saying multiple doorways with changes in time and appearance.
I did say that.
You did predict the episode. You did pretty good. Crossing a threshold.
Yes, I did that.
You did okay with your predictions this week.
I think there's an element of that counting, but I kind of saw it like going through something and then more. But that's like almost exactly what the show would do: is it go to commercial, you come back, and there would be more peeling this time.
Yeah. Well, Tom did go through the warp barrier and Janeway. With that, let's have some pips.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry to go quiet. I'm really thinking here.
Do it.
I think this is a 1 for me. I can't really think. I can't really, even the prosthetics can't pull it up into a 2. I'm going to stand really firmly on what I was experiencing this show. It crosses the balance line of technobabble and medbabble for me.
Yeah.
This is, for me, an example of an episode of Star Trek not talking to the everybody audience. And
that's a good point, actually. Like, if you're not connected to Trek,
yeah,
the very notion of Warp 10 being important is lost to you.
Yeah, it's like physics word salad or something. It's just, and I can follow it because there's context clues, like based on what they're talking about. We're in the medical bay, so this is going to be, medical conversations. But I just, I don't know. There wasn't really a lot for me in this one, except for the prosthetics. I don't really feel like it made me understand a character any better. It kind of feels like a lot of the characters are sort of, I don't know, the crew didn't feel quite like a gelled group.
Yeah.
Not
until season 3 or 4.
When we watched the first season of TNG together, I remember like that same feeling kind of creeping in, but it was weird. I was like, whoa, this isn't usually how it feels, right? Because they're still kind of getting, used to each other and exploring their characters a little bit. But this one seemed especially jarring. And I think you touched on it, that it kind of felt like, we're going to this scene now. We're going to this scene now. We're going to this scene now. But all the prosthetics and the costuming and things like that is, I think, maybe could get it more into the 1.5 range for me.
Yeah.
So, but I think because it wasn't, not even conversationally very interesting to me, I don't know. Maybe I should be more appreciative of what they're trying to do and their desperation. But I think this is a 1.
No, I'm with you. For me, it's 1.5. I give it a little bit more. I do think the prosthetic work is great. The reason it gets that extra half from me, and this might upset some people, but it is because of what it's done for Star Trek in terms of being terrible. So
interesting. Okay.
This is such a conversation piece. Everyone, much like Tuvix, everyone can talk about and bond about the Salamander episode. So for me, and this is so fucked up, the extra half a pip is what this did for the Star Trek community by being terrible. We need thresholds. We need these episodes that are so fucking weird and just baffling. Like, you have salamander children out there.
Yeah.
Like, that's worth the price of admission for me, even though I hate it. But every convention I've been to, there will be something mentioned about Threshold. There will be, eventually, when you get a group of Star Trek fans together, they will talk Sub Rosa, they'll talk Tuvix, they'll say there are 4 lights, and they'll talk about the salamanders. I
can't take you seriously when you're gesturing with your hands, your points. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4 in your hands, but you're actually holding a skeleton hand that is a decoration.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2,
like 3, I can't
4.
Take you seriously.
This is my pointer today. Is the skeleton hand. And that's my rationale, because it's. Flyboy worded it very well for me. If not for my anger at abandoning the offspring, this would be a completely forgettable episode, half a pip. And it would be forgettable. Were it not for the salamanders at the end, it would be a pretty forgettable episode. Episode. All right, Ambassador, let's head over to, where do you want to go to do some emails? Bearing in mind, these are some corrections.
Well, I really want to try Neelix biscuits, so I think we better go to the Neelix Biscuits Bay. Neelix Biscuits Bay.
We're gonna go,
but that's not 10 forward.
It's in the mess hall. We're gonna go get some word salad in the mess hall. Beam out.
Physics salad in the mess hall with biscuits. Yes, please.
This is the part of the show. Wait, hang on a minute. There we go. Okay, hailing frequencies open, everyone. It's time for us to read your messages from Discord, Twitch, Blue Sky, and,
Blue Sky?
Email.
The fuck is a Blue Sky?
Yeah. We do have a Blue Sky account. It's, I'm at witsind.blueskythings, and then search for Captain's Pod and you'll find us there as well. Thank you, Quest 2046, who I've been having little chats with a few weeks back. I think this was no, this was actually the episode that you were here for. It was Day of the Dove with David. I mentioned that George Takei had asked Gene Roddenberry, if Sulu could be gay and if there was if he could push for that. And I said that Gene said it wasn't he couldn't do that yet. He was doing too much. He was worried about getting taken off the air, and it wasn't time. The correction is George Takei wasn't speaking about Sulu specifically. He just wanted to know if it was possible to introduce a gay character onto the show at some point, even just for like one episode. So he wasn't pushing for Sulu to be gay, just for a character. And that was an important difference that I wanted to highlight. And I actually found an interview he did with PBS where those are the words that actually came out of Takei's mouth. After specifically the kiss with Uhura, Kirk's kiss with Uhura, he's like, we've pushed that boundary. Can we push this boundary? And Roddenberry was like, that almost got the show cancelled for good. There are southern states who have still not shown that episode, not today, but at the time, Roddenberry was like, there are bits of the country that will not broadcast that. If I push this any farther, we may lose Star Trek entirely. So yeah, that was just a subtle difference. Wasn't necessarily Sulu being gay, but just introducing a gay character.
Mine is going to come from the Founding Tieflingers Discord chat.
Let's go.
When I was doing my live reaction to this episode, on Discord, I was typing out my notes, and Tom kind of turns and starts messing with his mouth at one point out, and I'm typing. I think he's going to pull out his tongue, and then he does it. So for those that were watching live, there was like this.
How did they react to that?
Yeah. Well, Wandering says, I can't believe she fucking called that. Of all the crazy shit in this episode, she could have called. And then there was another, well, she does have a way with these things. So I just want to thank you guys for believing my cuckoo bananasness, because
that is amazing.
That was fun.
That is so fun. I'm so impressed. I love that they're there for your predictions in the moment, because I'm never there for them.
You are always
I'm the only one that's there for them. I'm the only one that actually gets to see them. So
so that was really, really fun. And then I have another one from Discord as well, because I was typing from the show. The quote was, "He's here, he's there, he's everywhere." And then Intelmov says, "He's the Eggman." I thought that was really fucking funny.
He is the Eggman. I do have another one that I wanted to bring up. Just bear with me. Because we actually had some comments on YouTube that I wanted to.
YouTube? What's a YouTube?
Let's see if I can get to it quickly enough. What was that?
What was that?
Oh, it was part of the video.
Oh, okay. You would eat something? That's what it said.
That's the point.
I
think I'm going to have to do this one next week.
Okay.
Apologies to YouTube people. I will get to that one next week.
It's not there for you.
It's not there for me. It's not happening. Let's have a quick look at the live chat questions and points.
Oh, yeah. Let me go into live chat.
Yeah. Okay. We have a live question from Link on the Twitches. Has the Doctor from Voyager and Data ever met? And to the best of my knowledge, they have not. The Doctor has appeared on the USS Enterprise in one of the movies, but he's never in the same scene as Brent Spiner. I would love that. I would love to see a little exchange between them. That would be great. Yeah, to the best of my knowledge, no, that hasn't happened. Anything else, Ambassador? I love this. Our 10 forward should be called 10 sideways.
Oh, I love that.
10 sideways, that's it.
10 wiggle.
10
I love
wiggle.
it. I love it. I love it.
10
No,
wiggly.
I think that's it for now.
Amazing.
I could get into I could read the comments all day because they're so fucking good.
This is so great. Okay. That takes us on to next week's episode, Ambassador.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I want to know about what next week's episode is. But I also think that we should look at some of the top episodes for the week after that as well. That way, podcast listeners have enough time to try to influence if you haven't already gone onto Discord or sent in an email. That way they can hear some of them that could be, because we're deciding them like kind of week to week.
So some of the potential options.
Yeah.
We've had lots sent in that you could vote through.
Like, I want to know, I think we're kind of accumulating the ones that are the most requested.
Yeah.
So maybe, your influence would push it over the edge.
Yeah.
So I want to know what
that.
next week is. That one's already set, but the week after isn't yet. So you can still influence it.
So how many should I list?
The top 3, maybe.
The top 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me pull that up because I've got my tally email here.
Ooh.
Let me
Tell email.
Editing people.
Sorry, future
Oh, it's
Ian. I apologize to you. I try to make your job easy, and then sometimes I fuck up. And I don't mean to. I don't mean to make your job so hard. I don't mean to make your life so complicated. Oh, look at you now. You've got to do some editing work. I'm so sorry, Ian, in the future. Sometimes I forget that I'm live. Sometimes I forget. I'm just doing my thing. Hello. Shit. Oh, you know what though? I was thinking about something. So I'm pretty, I do a show and everything like that. And I share a lot of stories, but I'm still pretty private about some things, like singing, for example, like actually playing my songs and singing. And then my mom messaged me. She has got a new phone and she has misplaced her downloads of my old songs that I used to play guitar, and I made up some songs and stuff when I was in my 20s. And so she wants me to find them and send them to her. And I thought, I wonder if you guys want to hear my old songs. And then I was like, oh my God, would I do that? Because it seems so private, but they have been listened to before. I had them out in the world before, but then I started to get embarrassed about creating. I don't know why. It's a weird thing. I don't know. Anyways, if you guys want to hear it, I'll, when I find them, I can maybe play them for you sometime. Brojam. Oh my God. I kind of am proud of the songs that I wrote. That's been a long time though. And have you even heard my songs?
Me?
Yeah. Tale of Kansas City?
I couldn't name them.
Oh, then you haven't heard. Okay.
You've played multiple to me. Okay.
Ooh,
okay.
Steve. A little collaboration.
Love it. So what we're going to do is I'll tell you what next week's episode is, and then I'm going to give you the top 3 most requested that I have in front of me. And you can send us a message on Discord.
Yeah, which one you want to tip into the top?
Which one you want to tip to the top. And we will be, spoiler, we'll be doing all 3 of these.
It's just what order?
Just what order we're going to be doing them in.
But what if somebody's puts one into the mix and it's just oh my God, how could we not do that one? And it rockets to the top.
Then maybe one of these won't make it.
You never know.
Maybe. Okay.
Okay.
This is an 8-episode run, so we've still got 6 to go.
Okay.
But next week's episode, we're changing course slightly. I predict we're going from what the fuck more into what the fun.
Oh.
So we're going to be moving from Voyager into Star Trek TNG.
Ooh.
Rascals, Season 6, Episode 7.
Oh boy.
That might sound familiar because you mentioned it earlier in this episode as
another Technobabble one. Oh God.
This is one of my go-to favorite personal episodes of Star Trek, requested by many people as what the fun. And this it fits the definition for me perfectly. Hey everybody, do the thing that we asked you to do earlier, which was to send us messages about the next episodes that you could possibly see in the series. The top 3 most requested right now so far. 2 of them are from TOS. We have Spock's brain. I
love Spock.
You ain't gonna love Spock's brain.
What? No. Does it have little legs that pop out and run around and shit? Is it weird. In Baldur's Gate? No, because in Baldur's Gate there's a little brain that runs around with you.
Is it mine?
No.
You? Is it called you?
Maybe it's called
them.
You. Them. They. Those.
It's
we. They. Us.
My pronouns are confused.
That was genuine.
That was great. That was really good. Okay, Spock's brain. Shore leave.
Okay.
Another TOS episode. And then we're going to have the TNG episode. Now, this is going to be interesting because this will be a first. Genesis is way up there on people's lists.
Oh, and we've seen that one, and usually I haven't before.
This is going to be very interesting because we've seen that together, but we haven't covered it on the show. So just send them in via email, Discord. Of those three, which one you want to see the most? Because the other two might not be safe if the voting changes. So Spock's Brain, Shore Leave, and Genesis.
You can email ian@iananddanae.com, or you can go on to our Patreon or our Discord. Links are in the description.
And they're working because people are joining the Discord, so it works.
And thank you for doing that. Ian, you do such a great job of welcoming everyone and saying hello. I'm so sporadic on when I jump onto Discord, but I do have to say too, like the little livelihood happening there is so fun. I mentioned doing daily games, and then all of a sudden there's more daily games to do
every single time.
So it's really, really fun.
What I would like to say is thank you to the community for welcoming everybody, because there is a barrage of Star Trek gifts whenever someone joins the server. And there's one that just says, "Welcome to our table." And I love that one. I love that one so much. And there's one from Discovery that's just, "Welcome home." I love it so much. I love you people. Okay, until next week. Here lies Captain Ian, beloved radioactive mutant.
And from me, it's, excuse me, what makes you think it was your idea? Sometimes the female initiates mating. Apology accepted from me.
I thought they were going to fuck there and then. Live long and salamander.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Woo! Oh, we did it. We did a show, people.
We did a show.
show.
Enjoy. Thank you for joining us, Brojam. Thank you for being here.
David, thank you for dropping by as well and hanging out. This man right here, David, I'm just going to highlight your most recent message.
You did it, except the star date. That's so funny.
You should not be here. You should not be here. There is a show you should be recording right now. I guarantee it. You should be recording some kind of TV because you record all of the TV and do podcast things. There is no way you have enough time to be watching our live show, sir. I appreciate you.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. And I saw your comment. Danae still hasn't used my Technobabble voicemail that I sent in back when Ian was in the middle. I know.
I'm going to let her edit an episode 1 week and that's when it will appear.
Oh, and when I'm supposed to edit the episode, you can guarantee them and be like, "Hey, community, you want to do this one?" And we'll just see what kind of shit show that comes up with.
Ian doesn't appear in this episode at all.
Oh, yeah, it's just me naming random Technobabble things.
That's it.
Did you see the comment earlier about the rear view of the Dipper Prize making someone uncomfortable?
Yeah, I think it was coming on to them.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Back it up.
Oh boy. You did? Boy. What did you clip, Bildo? Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I can't wait to see it. You guys can join us on Patreon if you'd like. You are not obligated to, but it's free. And we try to post things on Patreon for everyone that's free. We're still kind of getting into the rhythm of what it means to own everything on our end. So thank you for your patience with us. We do have several things that we're editing behind the scenes for audio.
Yeah, we do.
Some of that will go to everyone, totally free for everybody. But we do like to send things specifically to our little tieflingers. They're the founding tieflingers. There's some who have been supporting us on Patreon before we had anything to post, which was why we called it the founding tieflingers, because we're just like, we don't know what we're doing yet, but we're going to do our best. It's been evolving. And we also have recently released our Minecraft server. And right now that's open to all tieflingers. So we don't have a paid server just yet. If we get too busy, we will have to look at that. So there's some interesting things happening, and we post about those things on Patreon first. But again, you can join free. And if you would like to support us for $3 a month, you can. There's also supporting on Twitch, which you can use your Prime subscription for that if you use Prime and they're linked together. But you don't have to support us in both. You know, you can kind of pick one. But we will be giving another level on Patreon soon. We have some pretty fun ideas for that.
I think this is a great question. I assumed that was just something Patreon offered everybody. I will check if there's a button that I have to tick to say, hey, allow them to buy a year at a time. So I will look into that. I'll add that to my growing to-do list.
Yeah, I think that would sometimes there's features that you don't get on Patreon until you've either been on there for a while. And since we started a brand new one, we've actually had to message and ask for some features. So
Yeah, we did actually.
Like,
they
hey,
gave them to us as well. That was nice.
I know we are baby, but can we please have this feature? So, and yes, you can use your Amazon Prime for Twitch. It's kind of an easy thing.
Reminder: if you want this skull, you can't have it because Danae wants it.
Yes. You know what? You can fuck up another print. I'll take the other one.
No. This one costs money.
Yeah, Bildo. You can DM me on Discord if you want to, and then we can get our schedules aligned. Unless you're trying to meet tonight, I can actually chat with you here in just a little bit. Well, after we are not live, if you have time to do so. So we have been printing a lot of 3D things. Obviously, there was that, but we're doing other.
All of the Halloween stuff is upstairs.
Yeah, we've been
so much Halloween.
We've been doing a lot of Halloween items, but we are in the process of experimenting with turning the Derper Prize into a 3D model because thanks to Steve Not Reeves, we have some really fun pictures that we can kind of pull from. So thank you again. And thanks again to Steve Not Reeves for our music. Maybe
play it right now.
Maybe you noticed that was music on the episode. So that is our official new music. So thank you, Steve Not Reeves, for that. There you go. Well, we first have to figure out how to get the model to work. So 3D printing is interesting and we're learning a lot. So
learning many things.
Yeah. Oh, you have to wait.
But it's really fun.
Okay. Thank you for the, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's nice. Thanks.
So it might unfortunately be that for a little while. I
guess they want to make sure that we're going to be around for a year. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah. No, we have not made a TARDIS yet, but that's certainly on the list of things to do.
Blue. We do have a nice blue.
Do you want to tell the people how many different colors of 3D printed material you've purchased so far?
I think I have 24 now, which is all of the colors. I think that's all of the colors.
So the plan is to 3D print the Derper Prize with a little loop on it so that it can become a Christmas decoration because that was one of the most requested things.
Heck yeah.
So we're hoping to have that figured out. I'm hoping soon because then we can get everybody's mailing address and figure out how to get those in the mail in time. Because that would be quite a job.
Yeah, Steve has actually given me a conundrum, which is do we color it now or just have it exactly like this?
I think it just needs to be the most uncomfortable gray. Because if we paint them, they're not going to get them by Christmas.
No, I mean 3D print in color.
Oh, well, we can test it, I guess.
Yeah.
I think just keep it raw. Yeah.
There we go. But that'll be easier as well.
Make it uncomfortable for everybody.
So uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Do we have any other news for tonight? Three-tone.
I think our plan is to do some gaming streaming. I think that's the plan. Minecraft or Baldur's. I mean, I would love to get into Baldur's Gate.
We're
really would.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna come back after having a little snicky snack a little bit later on tonight. So that'll be straight to Twitch. So for those of you who are watching from YouTube, sorry if Twitch is annoying to you, but that's where we're gonna be. If Ian's computer crashes, we will not be playing Baldur's Gate.
To be fair, last time it wasn't my computer.
Okay.
It was yours.
Oh, you know I'll smite Ian. It'll be great.
I have a skeleton hand this time.
What does that mean?
You know what that means.
You gonna slap me with it or something?
No.
Okay. Ooh! Eights, we've seen that you've been in the Minecraft server having a good time.
Oh, love it, Eights.
I can't wait to go back in and see it.
Let's go.
So we will be back. Not exactly sure what time because, hey, life be life and we have dogs that vomit on carpets around here. So we'll do our best to be back.
Probably aiming for 9 o'clock.
About 9 o'clock. Yeah, that's our goal. So in about 40 minutes or so. So we'll see you then, hopefully. And if not, you can catch it later. We'll post it up on Twitch so you guys can enjoy it.
Why not?
Have a great week. We'll see you next week for Captain's Pod. Bye.
Peace and love, pods.